Hi guys, Vino here and welcome to this Vino Plunk production. Before we get started, I apologise for the way I sound. Allergies are a bitch this time of year. But I think it's time for a cuppa. Bloody fine cup of tea at that. How are you guys doing? Hopefully you're doing really well. I'm doing pretty damn good, I must say. Just trying to get through till payday. We'll talk about that in a moment. But yeah, it's currently 10 to 3 a.m. on Thursday, the 29th of June 2023. And that's actually one of the reasons why I'm doing a video right now. As I know there's a contingent of people who watch my videos that like my 3 a.m. rambles that I sometimes do. So this is a 3 a.m. ramble for you guys. The other reason for this video is I actually, on the way home from work, got some milk and sugar, the last few pennies of this month, so to speak, and came home from work and was doing this at my desk and decided to go and get my head down. Next thing I know, it's many hours later, and here we are. So I thought I'd actually use the milk and sugar that I got earlier in a cuppa. So here we are. So I thought I'd use this opportunity to talk about a few bits and pieces that are upcoming on the channel, some changes when it comes to what I'm going to be buying this month. Yeah, and just chat the shit, chew the fat, that sort of stuff, as I do with these kinds of videos. So I'm actually going to be buying a few things this month. Surprise, me buying stuff that never happens. You'd really have to apologise when it comes to my nose right now. It is like a faucet at the moment. My allergies are weird. I've got hay fever at the moment. They're really weird. Sometimes they're up here, sometimes they're barely noticeable. It really is weird how my body, I suppose any person's body, deals with any kind of allergies. So as it stands, I do have the Bruce Lee Golden Harvest Arrow Video 4K box set pre-ordered. I'm probably going to be cancelling that pre-order for several reasons. The main reason is I'm not sure I'm, big enough of a Bruce Lee fan to warrant that box set. I could still rebuy it down the road. I'm sure Arrow Video will release other versions of that box set down the road, and I am buying that super duper big 4K Warner Brothers box set, and Enter the Dragon is one of the movies contained within that set. So I'll have Enter the Dragon on 4K, and I'm sure I can obtain any other Bruce Lee films that I want to obtain in 4K down the road, or in the meantime I could obtain them on DVD or Blu-ray, see if I like them, and see if they're worth obtaining on 4K for me down the road. So that's probably going to be a cancel on that one, and I'm going to be using the money on different things this month. So I'm actually going on a bit of a train trip, or 2 train trips I'll probably be going on over the weekend, because different people want to meet up on different days, which is, I was actually planning on doing that. 2 moments. I was actually planning on, because I tried to fit everything in on Saturday, but I don't think it's worth me trying to fit everything in on Saturday. So I'm going to spread it over the 2 different days, and we'll go from there. So the first thing that I'm going to be purchasing is a old retro camera. Surprise, another camcorder. So you guys remember that I showed off that mini DV camera a few weeks ago. So I am going to buy another retro camera, and it's a VHS-C camcorder or camera this time. And I've always wanted a VHS-C camera or camcorder. The reason why I've wanted one of those is because way back in the day, I remember seeing it's like a VHS caddy. You press a button, a flap pops up, and you can put in a tape in there. You close the caddy, and then you can put this bigger tape into an actual VHS machine and play it that way. I thought those caddies were universal. You could put any tape in there, whether it be a video 8 tape, mini DV tape, doesn't matter, stick it in there and away you go. No, I was of course wrong, and as I began to learn more about tape-based camcorders, I realised that that's just not a thing, and I've always wanted a VHS-C camcorder, but all the ones I've either seen online are either astronomically expensive for what they are, or they don't work, which is probably fine because they did come out in the 80s and early 90s, and because of various reasons, as we'll get to as we'll get to in a little bit, they do suffer from capacitor leaks and that kind of stuff. So during the late 80s, early 90s, into the 90s, there was a bit of a format war going on between Panasonic, essentially, and Sony. Sony released the Betacam line of, is it Betacam or Betamovie? Betamovie line of cameras that took Betamax tapes. Long story short, it didn't go very well for them, and they had to end up switching to a different video format, which was their Video 8 format, that then became their Digital 8 format, and then basically they ran off with that format and did really well with that format. So there were, back in the day, VHS camcorders, and I would like to get a full-on VHS camcorder one day, but they're massive, hulking bits of kit, so getting a bit of space would probably be the more priority requirement first. So so basically Panasonic saw Sony releasing these Video 8 tapes and needed to have their own competitor for it, basically. Hence VHS-C. Or maybe Panasonic came out with VHS-C first, and then that prompted Sony to come out with Video 8. Whichever way it happened, long story short, they shrunk down or miniaturized their format to VHS-C, and that's how VHS-C came about. But because there was that battle going on between the two companies, VHS-C was kind of pushed very quickly to market, and the cameras were very quickly pushed to market. So when it comes to some of the quality control, not the best. So a lot of them, especially a lot of them were made during the 80s, are dying or dead or what have you. So I'm, for very cheap, buying a VHS-C camera, and there's another VHS-C camera that popped up online, and I'm buying that as well. They're both the same price, ironically. I've already paid a $5 towards one of them because the seller wanted some upfront cash, and they wanted the whole amount. And originally I said, nah, not going to give you the whole amount, even though it is only a tenner, because I've been burnt before by doing that. So I gave them half up front, and they seemed okay with that. The second camera, I think it's the same camera, or a very similar camera. The camera itself is faulty, sold for parts and repair. However, it comes with a load of accessories. One of those accessories is that VHS caddy that I spoke about earlier. So I'm going to pick up both of those. One for the actual camera itself that still works, apparently, and then the other for the actual, the caddy itself that I can use. So that's those couple of bits. The other few bits I'm going to be buying is I've been in talks with a fella on Facebook Marketplace for the last, I don't know, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So he posted a couple of retro laptops up to Facebook Marketplace, and I was like, they're pretty cool. Now originally he had them on there for £200, downed them to 50, and I messaged him, and then everything went dead, as in no communication back from him. And I thought, that's a bit odd. Then all of a sudden, he popped back up, and he'd gone to Wales for you know, a getaway, a vacation, a holiday, whatever you call it. Came back and said, "Yep, I'm really sorry. I was in Wales, really bad signal, but I'm wanting to work with you on this." So he's actually dropped the price even further beyond what he was originally going to pay for them, and he's selling me a couple of retro laptops. They are both sold as faulty or spares and repair, but we'll see what I can do with them. He thinks they just need some hard disks. Hopefully that's all they need, and I can get them back up and running. But one of them is a laptop I've wanted for a very long time and can go for a very, very, very pretty penny. So I'm glad to be having those. And the last thing I'm going to be buying, which I literally before doing this video messaged the seller back for this, and hopefully they'll reply in the morning when they wake up, because I don't expect them to reply back to me at what 2:30 in the morning when I message them. Is a camera, a Canon 600D. So it comes with a load of accessories. It comes with 3 lenses, the body itself. Comes with a flash, a load of filters for the end of the camera, lens hoods, load of cables, SD card reader, everything you need to basically get up and running. The reason I'm buying it is A, because I haven't had a DSLR camera in, goodness, how long has it been? 16 years, maybe longer than that. Yeah, I haven't had a DSLR camera in 15 to 16 years, I think. Yeah, something like that. Has been a while. Ever since then, I've gone for other types of camera, whether it be a mirrorless camera or what have you. I used to have a Sony A300 way back in the day. But A300s can't do video. This camera can do video. I think you know where this is going, guys. Yeah, I'll be honest, I have kind of regretted selling my video camera. So, been looking here and there on Facebook Marketplace to see anything pops up. This popped up. It's at a cracking deal, to be honest, for what it is. So, I'm going to go ahead and grab it. Meeting up with the guy on Saturday to purchase it. So, that's going to be pretty damn cool. And get to test out yes, it's an 11-year-old DSLR, but a lot of people are saying it's still a very good camera nowadays. Yes, technology has come on quite a bit in the last 10 or so years, but it's still a perfectly usable camera for both stills and movies, videos, so heck, why not? So yeah, I thought I'd do this little video and just go through some bits and bobs. As I said at the beginning, I do mean this whenever I ask this question. Hopefully you guys are doing really well, and I'll see you in the next video. Ta-ra.